Aloha, my buddy JR. I'm looking forward to meeting you in November when I come over there to the island, buddy. Yes, boys and girls, I am going to Hawaii. I'm going to go to this big island. I want to meet everybody. I want to meet all my brothers on the island. I want to meet all my radio buddies. I don't care if so-and-so doesn't like so-and-so and so-and-so don't like so-and-so. I want to meet you all. Today, this amplifier, is going to go to one of my buddies in the mini grass. JR, here is your 10 pill, and we have successfully converted it into a 2x8 for you. Two 2290s driving 8 2879 Toshibas, or pardon me, two 2879s driving 8 2879s. So your 8 pill section here, and here's your 2 pill driver section here. So JR, what I did is I ripped out the old combiners. I built you 2 new ones, one here, one here. And then I converted it to a 2 pill. So I lifted up one of the sections out of this old girl, hooked up this section here from the relay, so it's a direct drive. No variable power bullshit. You'll thank me for that. I guarantee it. Because them variable knobs, all they do is they burn up. Unless you leave them all the way open and never change them. Use the dead key on your radio to run the power up and down on your amplifier. Simple. Reliable. But me and Chuck, Brian Smith, we did this on the phone. He was on the phone with me pretty much all evening tonight. Just sitting there BSing for like the last 4.5 hours. Done this and ask. I did a bunch of stuff tonight. But anyhow, the transistor that was bad was this one. And you'll see it's got a lot number of 6K. The rest of these have got 5Gs on them. So I changed this transistor out and poof, you're right back to life. See, somebody's already tried to be in here and G.I. Joe it. If you can see those 2 resistors here, chooched. So, we new 4-port combiner, and new 4-port combiner did a positive, the B plus upgrade on it, and then I did the shorting bars that go between the rails. Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple, right? I'm telling you, what's even simpler is how this thing runs. Alright, so power's off on the box. It's 1000 watt slug in 2X. Hold on here. 1000 watt slug in 1X in PEP, 1000 watt slug in average, 5 watt slug in reverse, and let's see, 2950, that's over here. 5 watt slug sitting between the 2950 and the 2x8. Hello, audio. Here's your pass-through tune. Hello, hello, hello. And speaking of that, in your note, you say the whole relay was busted up. Well, it's not busted up no more. The key and transistor broke off. The output tuning capacitor, which is here, had come off. And then the pass-through capacitance tune, which is here, had come off, and the whole relay was sitting forward. So I took and re-epoxied it back down, soldered all the appropriate parts back in their place, and poof, the thing works great now. So you talk right through it, no big deal. Let's go ahead and kick the box on. Hello, 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 hello. Beautiful input tune on this thing. I mean, like, way beautiful. Let's go over here and we'll put this thing up on 2X. Now, guys, we're on 14 volts, right? Hello, hello, in the corner. 2 grand. Hello, audio. About 600 bird. But that's only with 30 watts of drive. We're not even hitting it that hard. Here's a ramp draw. Hello, audio. About 200 amps out of a 2x8. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hook this up to the big power supply, and we're going to take it on up in volts. We're going to go up to 16 volts and test it out there, because this is an old school box with 25 volt capacitors in it, and we ain't going to hurt the parts none. So give me just a second, we'll be right back. I'm doing this next little bit more out of curiosity than anything else. It's been a while since I had one of these old school X-Forces here that was made by Carl, and nothing's changed. We're going to use a 2950, except we're on a different power supply that allows me to go higher in voltage. There's a giant battery bank attached to this thing, by the way. And I mean, giant. It takes up. Battery bank goes about 7 feet that way. Big battery bank that runs those terminals. So if I want to go up in voltage, I have a big switching supply that's built with 6 Meanwell switchers, 100 amp switchers. I can run a voltage up, and I got the cap set for safety at 16.8. So we're set at 16.5 right now, and I want to see if there was any increase in output power. I think we might see a little bit more in the peak department. I'm pretty sure we're not going to see that much more average, since the average is driven from a different source than voltage. It helps, but your radio is the main thing that drives your average watts. Anyhow, hello, audio. So we've seen about 60 more watts in peak power, or in average power. Let's take that down to 5x. So now we're reading on a 5,000 watt scale. We've seen a huge increase in peak power, which we knew we would since we were right at the raggedy edge of the stop movement anyhow at 2,000 watts. So the 10 is 1,000, 2, the 20 is 2, 30 is 3. We're reading that middle scale, folks. Audio. Picked up about 600 watts by going up 2.5 volts. So anyhow, JR, it's all working. It's all working the way it should. And I think you're going to get another good 10 years out of this box, if not more, if you take good care of it. Anyhow, gentlemen, my name is BBI. It has been a long day. This is amplifier number 5 for today. Long day. Now, JR, before I ship you back the amp, because you're in the islands, and when they built all these amps back in the day, most of the screws in this amplifier have oxidized on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'll go top to bottom on the box, and I am going to replace all the rusted screws that are on your amp, make it look new. Because it's going to the islands. And brother, I'm really looking forward to meeting you here in about 4 months. Flying first class to Hawaii, going to the Big Island. Gentlemen, my name is BBI, and without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out at www.bbiamps.com. Come find me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I am everywhere and on all kinds of social media because it is what I do. If you need help with your amp, your project, your thing, you need advice, call this number. Call me. I get 30 to 70 phone calls every day, and I sit here and I try to return them all before I go in the house at the end of the day. And I sit out here till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night sometimes. Just call me. If you're looking for a price, they're on the webpage. No, I'm not currently taking any new orders. I've got too much work as it is, as far as new build projects. But I'm still taking on repairs and up pills and down pills and modifications like this. Call me if I can help you out. JR, appreciate you, man. We'll see you here shortly. Bump, bump.